Chris Corrado. Funny. Full of energy. And also well-known athlete in our boxing community.
Hello, my name is Chris Corrado, and on Thursday, February 6th, I'll be on the D Hall and the People Show. We will talk about my up-and-coming comedy shows as well as boxing events. So please bring your questions and comments. It's going to be a great show. This has been a J. York production. See you then.
You ladies will put things on there like, I'm not even for hookups. I said, well, why are you on Tinder? Right? That's like going to Gas Stone here and saying, I'm not here for meth.
In North Carolina, there's only one podcast. The podcast of the people. We report the news. We report the opinions. We give the people a voice. We give the people the plug. Plug into the People's Show. A J. York production.
What's up, people? Another show. Good to see y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming on the People Show, man. Y'all know how we do this. It's Thursdays and Sundays. Thursday, we normally start at 8. We on time. Hardly ever do we be late, though. Man, it's a lot going on. But it's been a while since I had my man on. Yeah, Chris. Chris got some stuff going on, man. I didn't even know about. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I thought on Facebook. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Glad to see y'all. Thank y'all for coming on the People Show every Thursday. Sometimes the days change and the time is subject to change. We on Sundays too. We'll be right back on Sunday. Yeah, this Sunday coming on too with Henry Jones. Discombobulating Jones. We'll have him on Sunday. Well, no, Monday. We'll be on Monday because we couldn't do the Sunday, so we had to flip it to Monday. So we'll be on Monday at 8 o'clock with him. But enough about that. But there's a lot going on. Super Bowl weekend is coming up. Who you got? My team's out of it. I was in Detroit, so I don't know what the hell's going on with Detroit, man. But they should have been there. But nevertheless, that's past tense. Philadelphia, Kansas City. Oh, I didn't want to see Kansas City with it again. I know they don't want to see that. I'll second that motion. Yep. Look, we got to get started here. Before we do, this is this is an online program that is the talk of work and discussion. This is an online program that educate adult audiences. Parental advisory is advised. Some things are not edited for children. So, I say a few bad words. I'll say a few bad words here and there. But please forgive me. It's all in a day's work. It's all in a day's work. Look, my man, I think it's been a while, like 3 years, maybe a little bit longer since we had him on. He's one of the first guests I know comedians to come on this program, and he does more than that. Though he's more than that. He's He's got his hand in the cookie jar now, from what I can see. Let's get him in. Glad to have him on the show again. Hopefully, it won't be another 3 years, my man. Chris, let's get him in, man.
Hey, good evening, D. How you doing?
Man, I am doing good. I had to bring you in. You was far away. You was way out there. I had to reach out there and grab you. Glad to see you. Thank you for coming on, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you to you as well as Jay for having me on. It's definitely a blessing and a privilege to come on your show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's always good to have you on. And my apologies to you for not having you on sooner. It's been a while. Y'all shared a video one time. Share the video. Y'all share everything else. You share your food, don't you? When you offer it to somebody. So share my video. Share the video. I'm going to share it. Let's get it out. This is being broadcast on IG, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, and all the social media sites we can get our hands on, and boxing sites also. Share the video if you would. Chris, before we get started, I want you to tell the people who you are and where you're from, because some people might not know who you are and where you're from.
Yeah, so I'm Chris Corrado of Corrado Show, originally from Flushing, Queens, New York. I've lived in Rock Hill, South Carolina since 1999, though.
Been here a while, not since 1999. Before we get started, I want to say hello to some people that are watching right now. As we talk, T-Bone out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. That guy does it all. He does it all. And what I mean is he does transportation. He make necklaces. He's got his hands all over the place. Well, a good friend of mine, T-Bone there. Hello to you, Raw South. We're gonna have him on next month, March the 9th. That's on a Sunday. Brawl South. We're gonna have. Thank you for joining us. T-Bone says, before we get started, Chris, let's see what he says. He says, hope all is well. Time to get in and share the video. Yep, that's right. You share everything else. You can share this doggone video. Chris, it's been a while. It's been like 3 years since the last time we talked. You have done a lot from what I can see from the last time up to now. Here it is, 2025. So we probably talking 2022. What is your biggest accomplishment in that length of time?
Wow. Well, definitely just building more comedy shows and trying to get as many people, newer to the scene or traveling headliners to, get an opportunity to sling some jokes on a Corrado show, aside from boxing coaching and ring announcing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get into that a little bit too. But I want to talk about the comedy show because you do a lot of them. You do a lot of them in North and South Carolina. And I think you, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that you got one coming up in Georgia also. You've been doing it for a while. You do it a lot. You're on Facebook. Where did it come from? Because you've gotten better. And what I mean, you've gotten better in the sense of expanding, a lot more now. I see you expanding all over the place in North Carolina, South Carolina. Now you're touching a little bit of Georgia. How did that come about for you? It just started with going to an open mic back in 2010. I had a lot more, going through some personal things and I had a lot more free time. So I'm like, well, I might as well just go and do this now. And then just started with going to open mics and networking and just building it from there. Yeah. And that opened up a lot of doors because I see a lot of your flyers and you have a lot. And this is what I want to know. How do you get all these people? I mean, you have different people and I'm talking about male and female on your shows. How do you go about getting these comedians? Where did it come from? Well, the ones I've known for a while, I met them just from doing open mics. And then as time goes on, people reach out to me and, whether they've seen me at a show or messaged me on social media and said, they're doing comedy and, interested in getting into it. Oh, okay. Great. Because I see it's like, I want to say, I don't know if it's every week or every other week. I see your flyers. I see the people up there, which I don't know a lot of them. I may know one or two here or there, but it just amazes me because you got the people coming in, man. How long have you been doing this now? Comedy stuff.
It started with the open mic back in 2010, March of 2010.
March 2010. That's way back then. That's been a journey for you. How many ups and downs have you had? More ups than you had downs in the comedy field?
It's getting closer to 50-50 now, but sometimes you gotta fall on your ass to learn something and figure it out and build from there.
Have you, Chris? I mean, and you could be honest about this. I know some nights are bad, some nights are good. Have you ever had a night where you said, "Yeah, man, I don't even want to be up here"?
Of course, yeah, sure.
What do you do to make adjustments for that? How do you keep it flowing? Because you have to have a strong mind to keep going, even though you don't want to.
So you could pivot to trying some different material that you think the crowd might enjoy more, or sometimes you just start talking to people in the audience.
well, I can see that coming. Okay, because I know, it's you're up in front of a crowd, and it's a night where you're saying to yourself, "Wow, man, this is well, I gotta back up and regroup some kind of way," and that's great. Now, explain to me, because I see you. You're doing a lot of hosting of the shows. You're doing a lot of bringing in the people. So tell me how that goes for you, because now you're still doing it, but I think you stepped away just a little bit. Is that true? You stepped away, you're still there, but you're just stepping away a little bit.
Yeah, I mostly host and produce shows now. It's become more of my thing.
Okay. So that just fits you a lot better, because that gives you a chance to sit back and analyze things, shall I say? Yeah. Okay. But not only that, I like what you're doing. I see you all the time, all over. But not only do you do that, we'll get back to comedy here shortly. Before we do though, who is one of your favorite comedians?
So if you want to go back in time, I would say, in the 80s you had the guys, like Eddie Murphy and Rodney Dangerfield, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Andrew Dice Clay, Sam Kinison. Those guys are all like legends of comedy back then.
Right. Well, have you taken something from those? We're just talking now, but have you taken something from any of those guys and applied it to you in your act, shall I say?
No, not necessarily. What I've learned to do is just get better with timing and giving people a chance to laugh. A lot of times comedians in the beginning, they step on their own punchlines because they don't give people time to laugh. They just start telling the next joke. So you gotta learn to be a little more patient and not jump right to the next joke.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah, because sometimes I feel like I'm a doggone joke. All right, here we go. What I'm doing right now, I'm trying to share the video as we talk, so y'all just bear with me. I'm just making sure this gets out, because this is actually it is getting out, but I'm sharing it into a lot of different groups here as we talk. So I'm multitasking, something I don't normally do well. All right, yeah, no doubt. Not only are you a comedian, I remember last time we talked, you was into the insurance business, but I think now, from what I'm looking at, you have your own business. Do you have your own business now?
Yeah, so I'm a broker. So what that means is I pretty much work for myself. I could represent several different insurance companies.
Right. Oh, so you've been we're just talking here because Chris, he's a magician. He do stuff and make magic and all that. So we just talking. But being an insurance agent and you're a broker, you say, so you you do a lot of different acts, shall I say? Is that correct? By you been okay. So that's something, because I know you was how should I put it? You was with New York Life. I think that was correct. But now you moved up like to the next step. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, so I don't really have to necessarily answer to any other firm. I'm just I answer to myself.
Oh, okay. Well, good. It's always good to answer and talk to yourself and make all the money for yourself. It's always good to do that shit. Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. Now, the insurance. We're just talking, y'all. We're just talking. Oh, wait a minute. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is T-Bone calling from Fayetteville, North Carolina. How's everybody doing?
My man T-Bone. Everybody's doing good, man. Everybody's doing good, brother. How you doing?
Good.
Great.
I'm doing great. I got a very serious question for Mr. Christopher. As I'm listening to y'all saying that he's a comedian, oftentimes Mr. Christopher, as being a comedian, spend time making, a lot of people laugh when you're hurting on the inside, and you still go up there and you do your comedy. Who helps you when you get into those situations and moments in life where you need somebody to make you laugh?
Yeah, so that's absolutely right. A lot of stuff comes from sad experiences, whether a breakup or maybe someone passes away, and you kind of find humor in things that are sad. So
Cool.
I think his question. I think he was asking you who makes you happy when you're sad. Yeah. That's what that was.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I was about to go into that and say, well, I'd have to say, interestingly enough, it's not necessarily comedy that I might go to. I actually pivot to oldies music from the late 40s to the early 60s. Stuff my parents listened to, everything from like Frank Sinatra to like the Temptations, the Platters. I like music like that. Or I might go to a very low budget 80s horror movie.
That's different.
Yeah, I just want to ask that question, man, because I know, as comedians, they make, like I stated, they make a lot of people laugh, and they'll go home and they'll be crying on the inside. Real talk, and ain't got nothing to do with jokes. It's just, it's just life. If you got that gift and talent to make people laugh, you, like I stated, you making people laugh, but in the times that when you need, somebody to help lift you up, who makes you laugh? Like my question, that was my question.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
So if it was,
that's what I was asking. I ain't gonna hold you.
Sorry. I would say if I was going to pivot to, not music or movies, and I wanted to laugh, Eddie Murphy and Adam Sandler definitely cracked me up.
Okay,
cool. For my last question, I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm going back to watching the live. But who's your favorite comedian and why?
Whew, man, that's really tough. As far as on celebrity wise, I'd have to say that Dave Chappelle is definitely just a monster of comedy. He just says what he wants, and he gets you to. He's not just funny; he gets you to think, and I like that.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle is good. That's a good answer. That was a good answer. Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate you. I appreciate y'all time, Mr. Christopher. Donnie, I get back with you, man. Love you guys. You already know that.
Yes, sir.
So y'all have a good show.
Okay, thank you so much, T-Bone.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, that was a good question. I like the question that he asked about who makes you happy when sometimes you're sad, and that was truly a good question, because I would have never thought to answer that one. Great question for T-Bone, my man out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Great question. Look, let's talk a little bit, because you're into it now. You've been into it for a long time. But wait a minute. Before we do that, this is what I gotta ask you. The insurance. What type of insurance? What type of insurance do you?
Getting call.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Broad South, calling from Huntsville, Alabama. Actually, I'm watching it live right now. I'm going to be a guest on tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to have you on, man. Thank you for calling on the People Show. Yes, sir. We're going to have him on the night, Mr. Broad South. We're going to have him on. Good. Thank you for calling in, man. Thank you for calling in.
Well, no problem at all. So I got a question for your guest, Mr. Chris.
Yeah. I think you faded out there. Somebody's in the background singing in a singing mood tonight. What's that like? Hey, somebody's singing away tonight. Hello. Hello.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me? I'm bad. I hit up to the Bluetooth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you now.
I had two questions, though.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
two questions for your guest. One, what made him focus more on the production side? Whether it be politics, whether it be time management, whether it be spotting talent. And then the second question is, do you prefer the style of comedy where it's storytelling or just raw interaction with the crowd and just filling the joke out and knowing how long to keep it going and knowing how long to, cut it off? So are you more of a raw talent or are you more of a storyteller, and which do you prefer?
So me personally, I'm more of a, just hit it with punchlines, just one-liners, just boom, boom, boom. I like more of a one-liner style. That's more what I do. I don't get into stories too much.
Huh. I guess you hear that broad South? Broad South.
I feel like he asked
and what made you focus more so on the production side versus just the performing yourself? What made you want to actually look out for fellow comedians and actually get put them on stage versus holding stage yourself?
Yes, thank you. I was actually going to ask you to clarify the first question. I didn't catch all of it. I guess basically it started off with going to the open mics, and one day somebody he asked me if I wanted to host the show, and I had a lot of fun doing it, hosting it and bringing people up, and I just enjoyed it so much. So if I could find a way to offer those opportunities for the people to do comedy or whatever their talent is, because I book more than just comedy, that's really what I want to do. Because I know what it feels like, in the beginning when, you're not getting opportunities, or, you're sending messages or calling people and you're getting no's, or people just aren't even responding. So I wanted to try to build something where, pretty much everybody can get a fair shot, even if it's just open mic time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that, man. It's nice to know the other side, just from a production standpoint. I'm learning what I'm doing in the craft I'm in and putting people on. So it's just nice to hear just different aspects of it. So regardless of this conversation, keep doing what you're doing. And if you made the Mr. Hall show, you're doing something right.
I know that's right.
Thank you.
Appreciate the Broad South, my man. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yes, sir. No problem.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That was my punchline. Put my punchline from him to be. Hey, you make it to the whole People Show, man. You doing something. I like that, man. All right, here we go, Chris. Let's talk a little bit, because you've been in it for a minute now, and we're talking about the boxing. I've known you for a while now. I met you in South Carolina. You are still in it now, but I think you're a little bit more into it now, because I was shocked to know that you guys are going to have a show coming up the 6th month of this year in Rock Hill. Man, how did you get that to going? How did you get that?
So the gym I belong to, Light Bright Boxing in Rock Hill, the head coach, owner, Mario Noviello, he was he's been doing this for a while, putting on shows. And I'm like, hey, I kind of would like to get on that too, since we work together. I work for him at his gym. I was like, let's put on a show. Let's put on a big amateur show and try to get as many people down here as possible who want to fight. That way they can get their opportunity to get noticed, of course.
Yeah.
And just provide something for the community here.
Yeah, that's great. And you know what? That's wonderful. Yeah, that's wonderful. I like that. Yeah. And you know what? You're doing it. And what I like what you just said, people, you're doing it for the community, because, I really appreciate what you just said, because, being the first time and you and him doing it there, Light Bright. I see Light Bright boxing all the time. All over Instagram and different media sites there. I want to shout them out too. Light Bright Boxing there out of South Carolina. Was it out of the Rock Hill?
That's right.
Or was it right? Rock Hill. Okay, out of Rock Hill. Yeah, Light Bright Boxing. Yeah, they know who I am. Want to shout them out on the People Show. I don't know where my man is today. Jay York. I'm surprised he ain't in here, but I'm gonna have to reach out and tag him and get him on. But speaking about Light Bright Boxing, how did you get affiliated with them?
So I was working at a gym in Rock Hill, and just doing some boxing, working out with this one guy. Interestingly enough, he's from Rock Hill, but he moved to New York, did the opposite of what I did.
Wow.
And he just happened to be in town visiting, and we started chatting at the front desk. And, there were a couple of times him and I were just working out, him showing me stuff on the bag. And my head coach, who I mentioned earlier, asked me if I wanted to check out his gym. And I did. And I just stayed with it since 2013.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You've been, you not only are you into the boxing and all that, I remember way back when you were doing ring announcing. Are you still doing ring announcing now?
Yes.
Okay. You still are. You've grown a long ways. What would you say? What has ring announcing taught you? Because I know it's taught you something.
Well, the comedy actually helped me out a lot with, getting in front of people, being able to talk to people and pivot, add a little humor to it. But what it's taught me is just is learning more how boxing works. Like, how to like what clean hits are, what counts as points, and how decisions are made about who wins, and and how to properly announce, bring people in, and have a certain style, yet have it flow right.
Because I mean, everybody's got their style. And Jimmy Lennon Jr., Michael Buffer, a couple of more, Henry Jones, he's another ring announcer. He's got his style. He's going to be on Monday, professional ring announcer. And, everybody's got a style. And I think you have one too. And I think you built your own style. So that's the key to that, as you just said. Brawl South says you got to get in it to learn it. That's right. You got to get in it to learn it. That's for sure. Brawl South. They got a boxing show. I know y'all had a boxing show here a couple of weeks. Brawl South down there in Alabama. Christian Smith. That's another ring announcer. I don't know if you ever heard him, Christian Smith. He's another great announcer too. You guys got so it's an amateur event. Do you know how many fights are on that card, or approximately?
Not yet. We haven't done the matching yet. But usually it's going to be, from when I've done it as of late, man, it could be anywhere from 20 to 30 fights.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Hey, because you got, and the reason for that, a lot of people don't understand. The reason for that is because of the amount of time, the amount of rounds. It'd be short rounds anyway. So you can somewhere get that in there. If you can get the referees to stick around for a long period of time. Wow. If he wasn't doing the boxing and the ring announcing, what else would you think you might be doing? Because I know you're doing insurance, and I know there might be another hobby you like. What else would you might do?
Well, actually, I went to university here in Rock Hill, and I studied mass communication with a concentration in journalism because I was originally going to have a career in newspapers.
Oh, that's interesting. Newspaper. We don't even hear about newspapers no more. No, that's you hardly hear about it no more. I don't even think they throw newspapers out anymore. I don't know.
Not like they used to know.
You know, the newspapers was one popular thing because my grandma used to say, "Did you get a newspaper? Go get a newspaper." You know, and that used to be very popular. But you know, I guess with the media and telephones and cell phones and all this other stuff, I guess that's what's popping now. All your news is right on your phone. For sure. Um, wow. Amateurs. Amateurs. What you guys are going to have an amateur show? It's going to be Rock Hill. What is the time for the show?
So it looks like we're looking at a 5 o'clock bell time.
5 o'clock bell time. Okay, because I know it. The 5. So that puts y'all maybe shutting it down about 10:30, something like that. Yeah, great. Yeah, I would think so. In short, this is what I want to ask because I almost forgot. The insurance types of insurance. What types are there that you are handling?
So with a life and health license, you can do life insurance, health insurance, disability insurance, long-term care insurance, and you could do fixed annuities. Okay. Because I just want the people to understand what type of life insurance and what how you operate and with that and what, because there may be somebody out there that may want to contact you. And how would they contact you if they wanted to get some insurance? Yeah. I mean, they could just email me is fine. A lot of people prefer that. My email address is my last name. You could do Corrado, CORRADO 81 at gmail.com. So Corrado 81 at gmail.com, probably the easiest way if they want to go ahead and just send me an email, and then we can set up a call or something like that, or video chat.
Okay, great. So what's the day like in Chris Corrado's daily journey? How do your day go in? How did it start out for you?
So I usually, wake up about anywhere between 8:30, and I did notice I think someone posted on there about Jesus being in your life. I feel like I saw that up there.
Yeah, you did.
So I definitely do, thank God, for still being here, getting the opportunity to wake up and, just start your day with, I like to drink coffee and some water side by side. And I check get any emails overnight, any texts or messages on social media, check my planner, check my notebook, see what tasks I have for the day and start knocking them out alongside of any, daily chores like dishes, taking out the trash. And then at some point during the day, you go to the boxing gym and train people. And in between that, there's errands to run or, posting clips or flyers and stuff like that. And then potentially coaching people at night or going to do a show at night.
You're a busy guy, but I don't know how you fit the comedy in there or even the boxing in there. I don't know how in the world you do it, man. But you do it though. You get it done.
It's all about what I say to people is I got this planner right here, and I just
stuff
in at certain times, and then I have I keep it right here too. I got my trusty notebook where I have tasks every day. That way, it's looking at me right in the face, making sure I do what I need to do.
I see that, but you won't put. You can't get around that. It's I'm right here. You know what you got to do. So you better get to it. That type. Yeah. Great. Well, that's the day, a day in the life of Chris Corrado. Yeah, my man. Yeah, man. Wow. We talked about your insurance. We talked about boxing. We talked about ring announcing, and we talked about everything up under the sun that we can amount to. Chris, you got any questions for me?
When can you come to a show? We'd love to see you at a show sometime.
When is the next one?
So if you want to come to the boxing one, that's like I said, it's not till June. It's I believe we said it's Saturday, June 21st. I got some, like I said, that's why I'm just planning it because I got to write stuff down. It's I can remember a lot, but there's only so much your brain could take on. So yeah, that's June 21st. But as far as comedy goes, it's obviously short notice. But I'll be in York, South Carolina tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
Then I got some shows next weekend in Rock Hill. Okay. So there's just some stuff to look out there. Then I'll be at the Greenville Comedy Zone on the 18th. So that's for the rest of the month. Then come March, I'll be in Charlotte on the 14th.
Well, you know. Okay. Well, what I'll do, I'll get with Jay because I know we're going to come to that amateur event. That me and him. I know we're going to come to that. Because that's your first one putting on. So that's kind of, just like a special one to you. So we definitely want to be there and support you in Light Bright Boxing there on that evening. We're definitely in between meantime. Hopefully we can get to one of those shows, but I definitely know we're going to be there for the boxing event that you're going to have there. Broad South says go get her in every aspect, no doubt. And also, green notebook on deck. I like that one, man. Green notebook on deck. Great. Yeah, but yeah, we definitely want to get there. We hadn't been to South Carolina in a minute. I think the last time we was there, I was there last year, but it was with DMC Damian Ken, James Tony brother. Had a show right there. I think it was. Was it that? No, I don't think it was at that gymnasium place there. But we was there. We was there at the fights. That was the last time I was there in South Carolina. Me and Jay. But anyway, look, man, it's been a great show. We talked. Glad to have you back on. Hopefully, we'll have you on before this year's out again. Definitely before the show. Definitely before the 6th. Because want to get you on and talk about the boxing coming up and promote it, help you promote it out there in South Carolina there for sure. Yeah, no doubt, man. We want to push that thing out as much as we can. Yeah, look, man, it was great. I don't want to hold you. You look like you're ready to get into something. I don't know what that might be.
No, you're fine. I blocked off a whole hour, so it's fine.
Okay, no problem, man. Yeah, we'll like I said, we'll get back with you, Chris. I thank you for coming on. I thank you for taking time out, and being a part of the show. This is all over the media sites right now, so everybody's seeing it. They just ain't saying nothing. I know y'all see us up here. I know you do. You ain't fooling me. All right, Chris. Hey, look, tell the people how they can follow you, man.
Yeah, like I said, Corrado Show. That you got Facebook. I have a like page. Feel free to like it so you can see all the events. I put my events on, like I said, the Facebook page. If it's not something I'm hosting, you'll see the event page. And if it's ticketed, there's an Eventbrite link attached to it. Obviously, I'm on Instagram. I have Snapchat. I put TikTok. Sometimes you'll see me post some clips from the comedians on my TikTok,
that's good.
Instagram Reels, or you'll also see boxes on, like I said, some of my pages too. As far as my Christopher Corrado one, or you're always welcome to look up, Corrado Show on TikTok for those videos, or I make goofy videos with myself or with fellow comedians. And feel free to look up Light Bright Boxing too. They have a Facebook and Instagram, so you can go on there and see. Yeah, that Corrado, CORRADO. Looks like the second vowel, that second letter, excuse me, that second letter was an A, it's an O. So CORRADO.
Broad South got it. He's going to be on my program next month, the 9th, on Sunday. So we're gonna be glad to have him on and talk. He's got some things he want to talk about, and we definitely gonna be having it here on the People Show. This is where it's at, man. This is where you can talk about it and get it out for sure. Oh, y'all go follow my man Chris and Light Bright Boxing, man. Shout out to Light Bright Boxing from the People Show and J York Productions, man. Hopefully we'll get to see you. Well, we will. I know I'm gonna see you
in June. Hopefully we get there before that and see some of the programs that you have there in South Carolina. All right, Chris, we're gonna let you go, man. Thank you so much. I'll be in contact with you. Yes, sir. We'll be in contact with you. Definitely in between now and the 6th. Anyway, this is the 2nd, so we have plenty of time to contact you, man. Yep.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
All right, bro. Thank you so much, Chris. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
All right. Yep, that's my man, Chris Corrado. Great guy, man. Excellent guy. I met him in person, and great, wonderful guy. Cool guy. Cool cat, man. Definitely hope to see him in June. We will. It'd be great to see him. We're going to be back Monday. Changed that. We was going to come on Sunday, but we're coming on Monday because, we had to change some things there. So we'll be back on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with my man, Henry Jones, ring announcer. Yeah, ring announcer, Henry Jones. And we'll have him on. Look, thank y'all for watching the show tonight. It's been wonderful, man. Who you got in the Super Bowl? Who y'all got in the Super Bowl, man? I'm going. Yeah, I got to go with Philly. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Philly. I'm over here on the East Coast anyway, so I'm gonna go with Philly. I'm gonna do that. All right, man. We're gonna talk some serious boxing coming up here in the next couple of weeks and all that good stuff. Yeah, fly Eagles, fly. He said, Brown South said, fly Eagles, fly. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. Fly Eagles, no doubt, man. Hope they win it all. I hope they win it because my team, Detroit, didn't win it. So, they didn't make it to the Super Bowl. I'll put it like that. They didn't make it. Some guns. Could call them something else. All right, y'all. Look, we're going to get ready to get out of here. Look, we'll see you Monday. I'll be posting stuff up. Look, y'all take care, man. We'll catch you later. People Show. We out, man.
In North Carolina, there's only one podcast. The podcast of the people. We report the news. We report the opinions. We give the people a voice. We give the people the plug. Plug into the People's Show. A J. York production.
That's our time on The People's Show. Join us next time with our new exciting guest. To be a guest on The People's Show, email dmost42@gmail.com. The People's Show is a J. York production. Thanks for your comments, call-ins, and questions.